So up close, this is the Toyota Hilux Extreme concept. This is the key to this car, this truck, this monster truck rather. Like, just look at this, how big it looks. Okay, so starting off with the front, there you see this big front bumper, which is an ARB unit from Australia with the Nighthawk auxiliary lights. There are auxiliary lights over here, and there's a bar over here. There's some more over the roof, and downside below you see this skid plate and then a hinge, two of them actually, because of course this car cannot tow one but two and a lot more cars together just because of how huge it looks. Now moving over to the side profile, you have these mirrors to provide a better view of what's around and also to tell you about the positioning of this vehicle in case you are navigating through some tighter places, tighter trails. And these are 37-inch rubber and 17-inch alloy wheels. These are by Fuel, a size shorter than the stock unit, but as you can see, this is actually a size, a lot sizes bigger than the stock car, because these are 37 inches, a lot bigger than anything I have seen on the roads. And talking about other things on the side profile, you have this taper, of course, because you need, just look at how huge this is. So at this height you definitely need a stepper on the side to get better access to the interiors. Now we'll access the interiors later because those are not really the most important part. The most important parts about this car are of course the exterior bits, the off-road bits about this car. And moving over to the rear, this is the obviously the stock fuel lid. There are a few more tires in case these gets punctured, but of course they are not going to get punctured easily because look at how, just how meaty these are. So obviously not a dinky little thing. Then you have a huge wheel well and there are those leaf springs. And yeah, okay, on the rear the lights are obviously stock, but there's this protection unit which of course protects from scratches, from bends, from dents. And now here's this fuel, this cover, which is by the way very sturdy. Okay, now at the rear end of this car, it is again very huge. This is off-road metal bumper to aid with the off-roading abilities of this car. Now I do not know the angles, but judging by how it looks from the side profile, I think it should be more than enough to take over anything. Now let's open the engine, this bed, pickup bed of this truck, and you look at this. Now there's that jerry can in the middle, and then there are these huge tires, 37 inches, 17-inch alloy wheels, and this is just awesome. Like, this is very rugged, feels rugged to use. And then there's this bed liner. I'm not going to be able to climb on this because of course this is huge, so climbing on this is not going to be an easy affair. Okay, this is heavy. Nice raw feel when you turn this off, when you shut this down. Definitely very raw and very cool. Moving over to the second side of the car with this Toyota Hilux badge, which of course if someone misses out on this huge vehicle, they will be able to look at this and then tell that yes, this is a Hilux. This is the same Hilux which is sold at 50 lakhs in India, and you can of course get it from many dealerships, and now one of those is Globe Toyota on the Ambala Chandigarh Expressway. So yeah, make sure to visit them. Okay, so I did not conclude the front obviously because there's a lot to cover about this car, to be very honest. Now there's these lights, there's fog lamps, which by the way are also from ARB. You can see the badging. Look at how menacing this looks. I mean, I'm absolutely in love with this vehicle. There's lights, there's a light over here, and there's another map light over here. Now this is a snorkel which is front facing, I think it could have been a lot more practical if it was rear facing, but okay. Now these are wide ORVMs with, by the way, these are from clear view, and this is a wide angle mirror, and this is the normal one which you see on the stock truck. There are red accents everywhere because red means sporty, of course, everybody knows that. There is the switch for the lights, for all the lights which are up front. Now I'll try to be able to cover all those. Now there is this for the engine bay, this is for the fuel, this is for the lights, this is for the parking sensors, and there's this engine start stop button. And features wise, you also have this electrically adjustable seat. Now using this stepper, I move my short self into the interiors of the truck, and boy, it is menacing. Look at how short everything looks. Now my short self did not really had the confidence to check out this huge roof rack. Of course I missed it out, but yeah, this is huge. These are the lights which are of course going to turn your nights into days. There's some dummies things lying around because of course you need to show, you cannot just keep it empty. But yeah, this looks absolutely useful. Now getting down is a task. Okay, shutting off the doors once again because I just love the sound of these. Oh no. Okay, yeah, absolutely perfect. Now the rear seats of this truck are obviously not a highlight of this truck because of course those are the ORVMs, the huge tires, and boy, it is difficult getting inside this truck. Yeah, a strong assuring Toyota thud, and you just look at these interiors, old school, cool. Like you do not see a lot of leather, a lot of new elements on this, but this looks absolutely functional. Functionally, there's no faults with this. Up front, you get this huge touch screen, followed by this is the auto AC controls, dual AC, and there's this automatic gearbox, the GR steering wheel with carbon finish, and as you can see there are red accents everywhere on the seats, on the gear knobs. There's the eco and power mode, and if we move over to the side, on the doors of course there are more red accents, and on the seats as well, and the seat belts of course are also red. There's this wireless charger, and there are a lot more other things, like this is the sunglass holder, I'll show this later, and the IRVM auto dimming. These are chunky grab handles. By the way, these do not look stock. I think these are an aftermarket fitment on this. Of course, you need these to climb in this car. There's no possibility that you are going to climb in this car without these. This is just so huge. Again, there is another grab rail which is stock. There's another one, of course. Now, normally on the driver side of the car there are no grab handles, but on this car again you need them because you need to climb in the car. So yeah, you are going to need them for the sake of your own safety. Now talking about the safety, this car actually is very loaded. It gets 7 SRS airbag, a lot of off-road kit including a limited slip differential, traction control, hill hold assist, hill descent control, and a lot other things. Now also you need to get a passenger airbag switch, which is necessary off the road so that on deeper obstacles the car does not automatically bumps up its passenger airbag. Getting inside this truck is a task, and getting outside is equally a task because again you need to just basically jump off this truck, shut off these sturdy doors. The view with the lights on, and I haven't turned on the lights on the roof, and boy, this Toyota logo is absolutely unseen because of course of these bright headlights, which are of course brighter than even these stock lights, which in themselves are no slouch but look just how bright these lights are. I mean, it is daytime and I'm still getting blinded by these. There are these indicators on the ARB bumper, and these are the fog lights. And yeah, there is this clear view ORVM, the huge one. And just hear the diesel clatter for a second. Okay, so size comparison with the ultimate system car of India, the Fortuner, and just look at the difference in terms of height. I'll just show how it looks from the side. Like, it looks terrific because of course, just look at it. It looks like a car from several segments above, but of course these two are siblings. Like literally, if you remove that 7 seats and just make the bed a little longer, these would be same. But right now with this extreme concept, I mean, just look at it, just how huge that thing looks. And on the rear, well, there are both the cars side by side, the ultimate system car of India and the actual system.